Hello and welcome to another episode of Your Queerstory. We are your host. I am Evan Jones.
And I am Paul Hobbs.
And we are happy that you're here with us. That was kind of odd. And I am Paul Hobbs.
Yeah, I wanted to that's the end. That's the whole episode.
I am Paul. Turn it off. Enough said. So what'd you do this week?
What did I do this week? Got my job review. It went really, really well.
Good.
I feel like I did stuff this week, but I don't know what I did. I've been still doing my yoga every day.
That's good.
Every day straight. I really feel like I did things. Maybe I didn't.
Did you go anywhere? Did you have a drag show? I feel like your life is just like a cycle of...
Actually, Saturday, David performed at the Dark Lady. Yeah. So, yes, I did.
Okay, there we go.
Wait, was that last week, though? It was the block party.
Oh, no, that was the week before.
I don't know what I did then.
No, okay,
I probably
did nothing.
I probably didn't do anything this week.
And it's Friday?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you going to stop being gay if you don't go to a drag show this week? Because I feel like that's what happens.
I feel like if you don't go to a drag show, you lose your gay wings and you turn straight.
You're no longer a gay angel?
No.
I see.
Huh?
I think your cat wants to play. She's carrying a toy.
That's Loki. Loki's a boy. You've known Loki for over a year now.
Okay, your cats all look the same.
They literally...
From the first cat you've ever had, when I met you years ago, it's the same gray cat. You keep changing the name, pretending it's a different cat. It's the same damn cat.
That's Loki. And he is so much different than any other cat I've ever had.
Oh, I'm sure.
What'd you do this week?
I feel like I'm in the same boat where... What? That's inappropriate. Paul just grabbed my foot.
I thought it was my foot.
I thought it was we both have our feet crossed and we're playing with our toes. So we're bound to grab each other's toes. Aren't we cute?
I am, but...
Shut up, bitch. I did the same thing this week. Like, I was busy with my normal crap. I worked a lot. What did I do? We had our transgender sober support group on Monday nights. We have it every Monday night. So if you live in and around Rhode Island, especially Southern Rhode Island, we have a support group. You can go to our events calendar at yourqueerstory.com. But other than that, there wasn't much. Next week I have a lot going on. There's a lot of events, which by the time this drops, it won't matter. So sorry, folks. But make sure you're checking out our events calendar. There's a lot of stuff coming up in October in Rhode Island. And if you are in another area and you'd like us to post your stuff, just get in contact and we'll see if we can do that or not.
Yeah, let us know on Twitter, Facebook, and we will share that as much as we can.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff happens in October with the queer community. You know how the homos like their Halloween and all that.
It's the gay holiday.
It is. In the fall again. Queers like their fall, and then it's like that season, changing of season. Everyone's getting together and doing stuff. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. So
lots
get
of
out.
Nice warm food. Too.
Yeah. Don't go hibernate. Don't hibernate until January. Get out there and do something. But there was. I talked to the president of the board of TGI Network, which is the transgender something network. Oh, that sounds awful. But anyways, TGI Network, you can look them up on Facebook or tginetwork.org. And it's for trans individuals in Rhode Island. They've been responsible for a lot of stuff. So I met with him. He's a really great guy.
That's pretty cool.
And yeah, it was really cool. Like we were just talking about our businesses and doing more for the queer community. So yeah, that was my big thing. But the rest of it, just regular stuff. Nothing much. Yeah.
Pretty boring week for us.
Pretty laid back week. We need to go out and do some more stuff so we have stuff to talk about.
I know.
Sam
needs to plan things for us.
She does. She's been busy too though, because she's a school teacher, so she just started back at school. So that's how it is every year. Like September, we're just like, head down. September and October, trying to get stuff done before the holidays. Yeah, that was it.
This episode is brought to you by our patrons on our Patreon, and we want to give a special shout out to Michael Finn Lang. He is the author of The Night's Wishing Well, which is a really, really, really cute LGBT novel. Is it a novel? It's like a book.
It's a children's book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say it's a novel.
Well, it's really cute. And it's on Amazon for only $6. It's on sale right now. It's also on Amazon Prime, so you can get it in 2 days.
Yeah.
It's super cute and is a super great book for your children or for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have had a lot of fun reading it.
Christmas is coming up, guys, so if you've got a niece or a nephew or a child...
And it's a great stocking stuffer, too. It's like a regular-sized paperback book, so it's not too big.
Yeah.
Like, it's
good.
Perfect
there we
for
go.
that.
There's some ideas for you. Also, if you're in the giving mood, you can always go to our Patreon and donate $1, $3, $5 or more. If you'd like to, we could really use your Patreon support so we can keep our website running, keep our podcast going, and do other things in the community. All like we say every time, all of this goes back to you guys. So even $1 a month would really be helpful. $3 would be super helpful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, and I did also want to mention that there are a couple people, and after our last episode on Dr. Evelyn Hooker, which if you're an ally especially, you should go back and listen to that one. We had a lot of people share the podcast, and that was really good. Mm-hmm. We had, I think that was our highest downloads in a day.
Yeah, so I couldn't tell if it corresponded with the episode because the episode had about average.
Yeah.
But I feel like just that day, maybe because people were sharing it, more people like listened to other episodes or, found something that they wanted to listen to that spoke to them. But it was our highest download day to date. Yeah,
so so even if you're like, I can't even commit to $1. I know, we got some college kids, you're broke, I've been there. But even if you just share our podcast on your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook, wherever you're doing your social media, because I know you all are on social media. Share our podcast. It really helps us a lot. Like, we're trying to build that base and expand, and we're growing, and we appreciate it, and we love you guys, and we just want you to tell everybody else about how...
Spread the love.
Spread the love.
Free love.
That's right. We're just trying to educate people. and spread some love. Oh, Jesus. Paul. I mean, I should stop this, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to tell you there's a good chance that Paul has burned something in this house. So this could be the last Your Queer Story, folks. The show must go on. Paul, I don't think any of that was recording.
It better have been.
No, I'm serious. I don't think any of that was recording. Oh, no. Maybe it was.
I was about to be so mad. So that should go up in a second.
I don't know. Is this 15 seconds or 15 minutes? Oh my god. Oh, that's... Okay.
Pause it, yeah. Okay, well that was really interesting.
We
So
we didn't burn alive. The amount of times that Paul has burned something in our relationship.
That's not false though.
That's not false.
Do you remember when I set the house on fire?
Which time? Like literally? Was this the time when you decided to spray all of that lighter fluid into
I didn't know. No.
No. Okay.
I brought gasoline inside the house.
Oh my god.
Because I didn't know how flammable it was. And then I lit a thing on the stove and I threw it in the box and the box went up in flames and caught the microwave on fire, which the whole bottom of the microwave was burnt. I never told my mom. I just let it go.
No.
I pulled the fire extinguisher out from under the sink, learned how to use a fire extinguisher really quick.
That's good.
Sprayed it all over the kitchen.
Wasn't there was a time where you were out in the back trying to make a fire and you kept pouring
and it exploded like a bomb.
Yeah.
And it blew me back. It literally knocked me backwards.
Yeah. Exactly. Wait, was it me or you that kept trying to walk into the fire?
It was you.
Okay.
You were having a moment.
All right. I was not having a moment. I was drunk off my goddamn ass.
I think I had to tackle you to the ground.
It was Paul's 21st birthday, and apparently I was trying to throw myself in the fire, which Paul's the one who started the massive fire in the first place.
It was like 6 feet wide.
For no reason. He was drunk.
It was literally 6 feet wide.
Just this massive fire in his backyard. People were setting off fireworks. I was trying to walk into a fire pit. It was the best party I've ever been to in my life.
It was really good. Oh, those memories. Do you remember when Sarah microwaved the thing in the aluminum foil?
The aluminum foil?
And she, like, the whole house was filled with smoke.
Oh, God. None of us should have been touching anything that has to do with cooking.
How did we survive?
I don't know.
Now that
That's
I look
like
back,
in your early 20s.
I'm like, now that I'm looking back, I'm like, I see this shit on the news all the time, and people die.
People die. We should have died.
Yeah.
But if we had, we wouldn't be here to tell these people about wonderful history.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Okay, so...
anyways, all right, so today...
we are going to go a bit off script.
Yes.
And we're just going to kind of talk and tell you some information.
Some good story. So this is, if you've ever listened to episode 7, which is one of my favorite episodes, it's on the Puritans. It's called Villains of the LGBTQ, the Puritans. So every 10 episodes we do, or so, we do Villains of the LGBTQ, which is not LGBTQ people who are villains. That'll be one day, but not today. It is people who
Well, actually, it kind of is today.
Well, today it is. It's kind of a double whammy. It's a double penetration. I don't know. That I tried to make the joke work. It didn't work.
No.
Take it out. Take it out of your minds. Take it out of your thoughts. Anyways, but yeah, so villains of the LGBTQ are people who have tried to hurt the queer movement. But today, Paul's right. Today we are... I'm not gay, you're gay. That's the name of the segment.
Yeah, that'll be a nice little cute name.
Yeah, and it's about people, mostly politicians, but there's a few others, who were very anti-gay, and then it turns out they were gay.
Can you believe that an extremely anti-gay person is gay?
Never happens.
No.
What?
No, that uncle who's over there telling you that gays are all these horrible words and that they should be burned and they should never marry. He probably has Grindr on his phone and he's looking for someone to come over and like.
Yeah, that's how it usually works. All the people we're covering today are men, and they're all white men.
Surprise.
I don't know what that says. I mean, not to say, because there are people of color who have done the same thing. There was a black pastor, but his story wasn't as fun as these guys, so I didn't throw him in there. And of course, I'm sure there's some women. I'm waiting for Michelle Bachmann to come out that she's a raging lesbian. It's gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
but
100%.
Oh yeah. But today we're just gonna cover these guys. So we're gonna start with one of the most infamous. It's a guy by the name of Ted Haggard. Which, if you are in the ultra evangelical world, or a really ultra-conservative world, you probably know the name Ted Haggard.
Also, you're probably listening to the wrong podcast.
Right. Well, I mean, if you grew up like I did, because
Yeah.
I remember growing up and I remember hearing this. I remember when this story broke. I was a senior in high school, and it was like everyone was talking about it. So we'll just go talk a couple things about this guy. So he was born again. That's a term used for people who are saved. They give their lives to Jesus. At age 16, spent his life as a preacher. He said that he heard the call of God in his first year of college while he was in his kitchen at home. In the mid-'80s, he founded New Life Baptist Church in Colorado. And in 1993, during a prayer journey, he traveled with a group to Israel, stood on the Mount of Olives, and claimed to have felt the Holy Spirit speak to him. He says, "From that time until now, apostolic power has blessed me. My only problems are with me, not with the enemy, not with the circumstances, not with people." He wrote that in his book he published, The Life-Giving Church.
Haggard had been open in his anti-gay sentiments. He was listed in Time's top 25 most influential evangelicals. He had supported Amendment 43 on the Colorado ballot, which would ban same-sex marriage in 2006.
And so he started speaking. So what happens is he starts speaking openly in support of this amendment, because it was a big at this time. This is 2006. This is when a lot of states are starting to make same-sex marriage legal, right? They're all following suit after Massachusetts. And Colorado's trying to do the same. And Haggard's coming out and he's saying, no, we're not going to do that. Absolutely not. He kind of talked like that. We're absolutely not going to do that. That's against Jesus. Same marriage is between a man and a woman. So that's when Mike Jones comes along.
Mike Jones said the two had been in a 3-year affair, which included a lot of meth. Mm-hmm. So we're getting a little spicy here.
That's right.
Jones said, it made me angry that there's someone preaching against gay marriage and going behind the scenes having gay sex. I had to expose the hypocrisy. He is in the position of influence of millions of followers, and he's preaching against gay marriage, but behind everyone's back, he's doing what he's preached against. He's sitting there, he's doing his meth. Yep, he's doing the prostitute. And he's coming out, he's like, all right, that was really good. He's shaking on he's like this.
He's shaking. He's like, yeah. So, anyways, he's scratching his arm. He's like, so it's like, gay marriage is really fucking bad. It's so fucking bad. It's so bad that I need to take a break right now, and I'll be back in about 6 hours to 4 days, and then we can talk about how bad this is again.
Right, and he's still like itching his ear the whole time.
Still itching. He's calling Mike up, and they did this for 3 years. This was not even a one-time thing. This was for 3 years. He had been in a relationship with this guy before he comes out and is like, yeah, it's a gay marriage.
Right,
totally wrong. Yeah. Can you imagine? I don't want to know the thought of like fucking someone and then like them coming out. I'm just thinking of the people that I've fucked in my life, and if any of them just came out and were like, you know what, I decided that I'm against it. But you're like actively fucking them. Also doing a lot of meth too.
Yeah.
And you're a preacher.
Yeah.
So, and he was married, as well, that it would matter, but he was married, he had kids, he's a well-known preacher, he's advocating, and like they said, he's listed in Time as one of the top 25 most influential evangelical pastors. That's a big deal.
That's a huge deal when you consider how many people
how many
that
preachers are
on top of that top 25. You have so many followers, and you're telling them not to do something that you're literally doing.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, Haggard initially denied the claim, stating, I did not have a homosexual relationship with a man in Denver.
Is this like Bill Clinton?
Exactly. He took a page right out of Bill's book. I did not have sexual relationship with that woman. I did not have a homosexual relationship with a man in Denver. I am steady with my wife. I'm faithful to my wife. I have never done drugs ever, not even in high school. I didn't smoke pot.
Oh, sir, nobody asked you about
I'm not done. I didn't do anything like that.
but sir,
I am not a drug man. We're not a drinking family. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't drink socially. We don't drink socially. We don't have wine in our house. We don't do that kind of thing.
Sir, we just were asking about meth.
I'm going to say again. We don't even drink. I don't even smoke cigarettes. I never had one in my life.
There's a pack of cigarettes falls out of his pocket.
And a pipe. He's got track marks all up his arms. The thing about that poor Ted didn't realize is that Ted's dealer, his drug dealer, actually had a voicemail of Ted calling up and be like, so you got some more of that crack for me? This is Ted Haggard, one of the top 25 most influential
My address
preachers.
is...
He did. He had
the last 4 of my social security are... This is really me. This is Ted.
This is, sir, he's got a lot of information. I don't know who that is. Says Ted. It sounds like you.
No, not me.
Got your social security number. So yeah, his dealer had saved a voicemail of Ted requesting meth, which I guess that's what you do whenever you're selling to a preacher, because, you know, in case they ever try to come back and be like, no, I never did that.
They're gonna,
exactly.
They're gonna try to turn you in or something crazy and save themselves.
So finally Ted breaks down. He's like, all right, so I did do that. I did buy the meth. I did it, and I was tempted to use it, but I never did. Because that's what you... Alright, I don't know if you've ever done drugs before, but let me... Nobody, the guy who's never even smoked a cigarette is not going out and buying meth as your first drug.
I just wanted to try it.
Nobody's like, I'm gonna do meth first. No, like you're like, I've never smoked cigarettes, I've never smoked pot, I've never taken Vicodin, but I'm gonna go buy some meth. Nobody wants to do meth. You do meth after you tried the other shit and you're like, I need more. or
But I just bought it to put next to my collection of cigarettes and wine.
Exactly. I said, I'm gonna try, but I haven't. Just like I had that boy and I paid him money, but I never fucked him. I just had him for 3 years as a temptation because I
just paid him to be around just in case, you know. He sat next to the meth. He just sat there.
He just sat
That's
there.
all he did.
He held my meth and my cigarettes and my wine, and I was gonna get around to him, but I just never did.
So you just got a line of things he's gonna try every day.
You just get new things.
Well, today I was gonna try the macaroni,
but I just put it over there in my pile of temptations. Every time I want something, I just add it to the
God
pile.
tests us, so I just wanted to make sure I was giving him that ability.
Mm-hmm. That's what he does. He's a masochist. It's like Jesus. There's a story in the Bible of Jesus. He goes in the wilderness for 40 days and the devil's tempting him. And Jesus is like, I'm not going to eat anything. I'm not going to drink any water because I'm Jesus and I can fucking do this shit. And the devil's tempting him. And the whole story is just like this. It's basically like a sadist masochist type story.
But isn't he like a magical being? Like he could fucking make wine and water.
He could have, but he didn't.
Why?
Because he wants to torture himself, and that's why Christians are constantly torturing themselves for no fucking reason. Because they're like, I'm gonna do this for Jesus, but really they just like the pain.
Yeah, probably.
They do. They get off on it.
I mean, look at this guy.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So, several church leaders first supported Ted. James Dobson, leader of Focus on the Family, issued a statement of support for Haggard, which stated, "It is unconscionable that the legitimate news media would report a would report a rumor like this based on nothing but one man's accusation. Ted Haggard is a friend of mine, and it appears someone is trying to damage his reputation as a way of influencing the outcome of Tuesday's election, especially the vote on Colorado's marriage protection amendment, which Ted strongly supports."
So, of course, this was all a big ploy to get people...
Fake news.
Exactly.
Fake news.
It's fake news. Make sure that you vote against gay marriage. It's all fake.
Yep.
But, later... a church official went public and stated that Ted had confessed to him that he had done all the things that everyone was saying that he had done. So Ted was fired from his church, and then he resigned from his position at the National Association of Evangelicals. But in 2009...
he returned, everybody. You ready
That's
for
right.
this? He declared that he is not a homosexual, but that he is a heterosexual with issues.
With some issues, just some temptations.
You know, what kind of fucked up mentality do you have that you'd rather say you have issues than be like, yeah, you know what, I'm gay?
I guess we're all just heterosexuals with some issues then, huh? Is that what it is? And my issue is that I like smoking crack and fucking boys. But does that make me gay? No. Does that make me an addict? No. That makes me a heterosexual with some issues. So thank you, Ted. He is a pastor today back in Colorado. So if you want to go to his service,
There's like two people in the crowd.
His wife who's still with him, but God.
And then like the blind deaf guy that's been going to church every Sunday.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know what's going on.
Ted just changed his name and he's like, no, my name's Samuel. All right, good, as long as you're not that Ted guy, because I heard he was a homo. No,
he can't listen to him. He's deaf.
Oh, that's right. He's blind deaf. He has no idea what happened.
Takes his cane to church every day.
So on to the next guy.
And so next we're going to talk about Steve Wiles. And this guy's a little bit confusing.
It's frustrating.
Quite a lot confusing, actually. So, a North Carolina Republican candidate, Wiles campaigned on his strong anti-gay beliefs, including opposing same-sex marriage. But in May of 2014, news broke that just over a decade ago, he worked as an openly gay drag queen and worked for Club Odyssey, a gay bar. His stage name was Miss Mona Sinclair, which... next to being a gay porn star, there's not much gayer you can get.
Oh no, a gay drag queen? Like, what the fuck, man? He's a drag queen. He lives it. And then, in addition, Wiles also worked as a promoter for the 2011 Miss Gay America pageant. And he wasn't just a promoter. He was the host. He put it on.
Yeah.
So he puts on this gay pageant every year until 2011. And then 3 years later, in 2014, he's campaigning on how anti-gay he is. I'm super anti-gay, I'll tell you that.
I don't support the gays. Nope.
Miss
Miss Mona Sinclair supports the gays. I don't.
But not me, not Steve Wiles. No. I'm a good straight-laced fella. Miss Mona. And people it was a well-known fact. People knew, they had pictures of him. We'll post a picture of him in his drag. But I don't get this. He had to have friends in the gay community.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
if you're okay, so a lot of drag queens have issues within their own community, but you're not gonna run a huge pageant, Miss fucking Gay America, and not have connections and friends.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly. Nobody's gonna come. He did this for several years.
Right.
He did this for several years. He's got a lot of connections, and then he just decides that he's not anymore. So in defense of these double standards, Wiles insisted that he wasn't anti-gay, he was just anti-gay marriage, because he believed marriage is a religious institute, which, I can't stand this one. I can't stand this one. People use that all the time.
No, if it was a religious institute and it gave you no benefits, no protections, no rights, whatever.
Right, yeah, fine.
But it is so entwined in the American government. You get taxed, all kinds of tax things. You get protections. You get rights. If they're in the hospital or something, you can have say of what's going on. You get so much.
Right.
There's so many, but it's not just okay, they're married, praise Jesus.
Also, marriage is in every society, in every country around the world.
Right.
So, in all different forms, and even if most of them have religious leanings, ties, every religion is different. So this society over here, that's all females, and they're getting married, their religion says it's fine. You're not saying it's religious, you're saying it's the straight white guy's religion.
Right, exactly.
That's what we need you to fit in. And go fuck yourself. Marriage is not a religious institute. Marriage is very much become a secular just way of life.
It's a societal norm.
Exactly.
Marriage is not everybody wants to get married, but for the people who want to get married, it's a societal norm. It's not expected. It's a norm.
It's a norm. It's what we want. You want to be like everyone else. Also, there, like you said, especially in America, there's a lot of benefits to being married. Mm-hmm. There are legal benefits. There are financial benefits.
You can, you don't have to testify against your
partner,
your legally married partner. Mm-hmm. You don't have to. I don't know. There's just
all
everything.
Of your assets, if you die, automatically go to them.
Yep.
They have rights over you. If you're sick in the hospital, there's just so much. There's so much, and of course, when you're adopting children, that makes it easier. If your partner has a child, you can adopt their child. Yep. All kinds of things. There's just so many reasons to get married. So go fuck yourself with this religious institute bullshit. Mm-hmm. That's just such a common of bigotry. How prejudiced to be well, my religion has marriage, so everybody should have to do marriage like my religion.
And there's so many religions that say gay marriage is okay. So you can't sit here and say you support freedom of religion and also sit here and say marriage is a religion institute.
Yeah. Exactly. So anyway, Wiles also stated that he stopped hosting the Miss Gay America pageant because it conflicted when he found that he objected to the gay lifestyle. So sometime after 2011, maybe his pageant fucking sucked, and he's like, you know what? I decided I just don't even like the gay lifestyle anymore.
Maybe he couldn't be successful.
Maybe.
So rather than support everyone else, he decides he's gonna be bitter and fucking turn on everyone.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a really weird story.
Mm-hmm. So he also stated that he viewed his past as a drag queen as an embarrassment. Business Insider quoted him saying, "I think that everyone has their own choices to make, and I'm fine with everyone making their own. For me, from a religious standpoint, just for my life, for me,
okay, we get it.
It just was not something for me that I wanted to continue." Wiles said of his drag performances, "Of course, it was an embarrassment, but you move on. You live life and you change, and you make yourself what you want yourself to be. And that's where I am now." It was literally just saying I'm me and I want to like be me and I think this and I'm me.
And also, but it would be one thing if he was running as a Republican and he didn't bring up the gay marriage. Like if he wasn't running on a platform of anti-gay bigotry, then it would be one thing for people to be like, all right, it's kind of weird that you're a Republican and you used to be a drag queen. But he's running on that platform. He's using that as a tool. Like, that was his big campaign.
And if you think about the time frame when this is happening, it was like the perfect time to use it.
Exactly.
As
2014,
yeah.
right before, the year before, like, they're trying to finally push gay marriage through. And he's running hard against gay marriage. He's running just on a whole platform of anti-gay rights, anti-LGBT queer rights,
right.
Not just the gay community, but queer, trans individuals, queer individuals, and that's what he's using to promote his campaign. That's what's so offensive about it. Mm-hmm. And again, it's just odd to me that it's 3 years after he left the quote-unquote lifestyle, right? This isn't 20 years later.
Right.
I don't know.
He is weird.
He's weird. Jesus bless you, Steve Wiles. All right, so next is George Rekers, Rekers, Rekers.
I actually let you say it because I didn't know how to say it.
I don't know how to say it either, and I really don't care. George Rekers, Rekers. This guy's a douche. He's probably the biggest douche on this whole thing. So,
this podcast is brought to you by George Rekers Douches. For your gay pleasure.
You squirt him up there, but they never get clean because he's a dirty old bastard. An American psychologist and Southern Baptist preacher, he was also a founding member of the Family Research Council, which, Mike Pence is going to be speaking at the Family Research Council, which is a huge, notorious anti-LGBTQ.
Oh yeah, it's very much nuclear family.
Yes, yes.
If your family isn't like this, you're going to have fucked up children. You're going to have a fucked up family. Bad things are going to happen to you. Mm-hmm. You're never going to have a happy life.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is.
It's so anti-gay. They have been the biggest proponent against gay marriage. Like, still trying to overturn gay marriage. And it can happen, folks. So please don't get too comfortable. And now they're very, very transgender. Just like proponents of the bathroom bills. Like, every fucking awful thing that's out there against the queer community. The Family Research Council has their dirty little fingers in it, and Mike Pence is going to be speaking there. In fact, half of Trump's cabinet is going to be speaking at the Family Research Council. So if you are one of those assholes who's a gay Republican and you're like, Donald Trump, he's so for the gay community. He said, remember that one time he held a rainbow flag for 30 seconds in his hand? That proves that he's for the gay community. Oh my God. I just got way too wound up. But what the fuck?
It's really frustrating because you're actively
voting against your own community.
You're voting against us. Literally,
Jesus,
the people talking to you right now, you're voting against us. You're voting against yourself. You're voting against your friends in the community. You're voting against...
You're gonna go dance your little gay ass in a bar this weekend with a bunch of other boys and a bunch of people that want to get married, that are worried about what bathroom they're gonna pee in, that are worried how they're gonna get their surgeries, that are worried about their basic rights. And you're gonna go dance in the gay bar and enjoy your fucking little self and then vote for somebody who's taking away everyone's rights. Go fuck yourself.
.com.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.com. Unless you've woken up and you're like, wow, I'm a fucking jackass, and next time I won't do that. Hopefully you reach that conclusion, but it's a little late right now, as we have, again, the Vice President speaking at the Family Research Council. I went off on a tangent.
It was a good one.
You know why? Because I know someone personally who's a gay Republican, and that I was like, who voted for Trump, who was very proud of the fact that they voted for Trump. And I think part of it was immaturity. They're younger, but I'm also just like, what the fuck? I just don't understand that.
You actively voted against all the work the community has put in to get where we are today.
Yeah, even if you're like, I can deal with it, why do that to your friends?
Right.
You
have to think that every vote you make not only affects you have to think about how it's going to affect everyone. Stop being fucking selfish. Vote for your country, not for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So back to
we're a little political. Just a little bit, though.
Just a little bit, nah. So back to George Rekers. So he also wrote, he was a founding member of FRC. He also wrote Growing Up Straight, What Families Should Know About Homosexuality, and many other papers and books against the queer community.
In addition, he was an advisor for NARTH, which is the National.
Shut up. You know what it says.
Which is the National Association of Research and Therapy of Homosexuality, aka conversion therapy, which we talked about in episodes 2 and 3 of our podcast.
Yes.
He's even testified in court that He's even testified in court against gay and lesbian parents and stated on record multiple times that homosexuality is destructive. He was responsible for preventing queer individuals from working with children in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, he's like, even up until the early 2000s, like, was going in and testifying as to why gay and lesbian individuals should not be parents, should not have adoptive rights, should not just even be allowed to work with children. Mm-hmm. So, like in a daycare or in a school. All right. So that's why it was fabulous to learn in 2010 that he had employed a male escort to help him, as he says, to lift heavy boxes.
Mm-hmm. You gotta sometimes if it's real heavy, you need a hand. You need a helping hand to lift. To lift your package.
That's right. If you got a big package.
Sometimes you need a helping hand.
That's right. If you got a big package, a thick package, a heavy package, you just want another couple of pair of hands.
That's all. So good old George was looking for some help on tour, so he went to rentboy.com.
Go there now. Go to rentboy.com.
So he found a young, ripped, and delicious man named Lucien, whom George promptly hired to lift his luggage.
I don't know, this guy. Oh my God,
I need help moving. Let me just go to Grindr real quick.
No.
He looks like he could help me move.
Like how thinks anyone believes that he was like, I just Googled rent boy. Whoever would Google rent a boy? Like, who rent a man? No.
You would look for, like, moving help or, like...
You say, yeah, hire movers, U-Haul, something like that. Local movers.
You know, he thought he was being real crafty. He found a real good website.
Of course, the doctor denies having a sexual relationship with the boy or even knowing that he was a gay male prostitute. But here's the thing. Rentboy.com is private, and you cannot get on there without an account. So it's a lot of trouble you're going through, Georgie, to set up this account.
And you know those kind of websites always have things that, like, you must be 18.
Exactly.
Like...
pictures of guys standing there with their cock out, their ass
There's
out.
like a little flashing thing. Watch now.
George is just like, I didn't see any of that as I was talking to Sid. I was just going through
the little chat rooms, the chat rooms that pop up that are like really loud.
Exactly. Someone is 8 miles away from you. Talk to them now.
I don't know. I thought that was I thought they were 8 miles away and they were gonna help people move.
Oh, but in addition. But also, when he was picking out his rent boy, Lucian's profile bragged about his smooth, sweet, tight ass and his perfectly built 8-inch cock, which was uncut. But all of that skipped Georgie.
No, he didn't read that. He just saw he was close enough. That's all.
He just saw this half-naked man standing there. There's a picture of the boy. He's like, from the profile. He's standing there with his shirt off. He's got his hand behind his head. Is it like the most seductive pose ever? And George is like, I just thought it was going to be a good movie.
Well, no, in his defense, the profile said that he was up for anything as long as he was paid.
Oh, yes, of course.
So, you know,
and George is like, of course I'm going to pay you. I would never ask someone to lift my luggage without paying them.
So a few months later, Lucien admitted to giving sexual massages to George Reckers.
Well, that's because he was so stressed from all that luggage.
Right. He was like, you know what? I moved your package for you. Mm-hmm. Let me just give you a little massage. Because
exactly.
I know you worked so hard.
You worked so hard watching me and jerking off. Reckers resigned from the many anti-gay establishments he was employed at and stated in an email, I confess to the Lord and to my family that I was unwise and wrong to hire this travel assistant after knowing him only 1 month before the trip.
Wait, so he was talking to this guy for a month?
For a whole month, and it just never came up in conversation. I was unaware that he was more than a person raised in a Christian home. Also, P.S. Literally, I am not gay and never have been. No homo.
I thought every time I talked to him, he talked to me about Sunday school.
That's right.
He showed me a picture of his junk next to a Bible, but I thought it was just because he was showing me he read the Bible.
Exactly. I didn't even see the dick.
I didn't know he was trying to show me how big it was. I didn't put that into my mind.
And when he got on his knees, I thought he was praying, and then he put my cock in his mouth, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to let him have his process.
He's praying for Jesus right now.
We all pray the way we need to pray. And then I blessed him with my holy water because that was only appropriate.
I couldn't not give it to him.
Exactly.
He was praying for the Lord, and I needed to return the favor.
Exactly. Thank you so much, George, for all your help. We appreciate it.
And my favorite thing is when they're just like, they go on to things. They're like, I've never done pot, I've never smoked, I never drank, I never did that. Also, I'm not gay.
Not gay. Definitely not gay. Like, sounds like might be gay. All right.
So next up is Philip Hinkle. And I'm sorry, if your last name's Hinkle, you're just automatically gay.
Yep.
I mean, there's
no hope for you. Just give up now.
From our home state of Indiana, Philip Hinkle was, or is?
He was, sorry.
Philip Hinkle was a representative who voted that marriage should be between a man and a woman. Absolutely. He's married with 2 children himself and is a staunch conservative. Yet, that didn't stop him.
At age 71, from going on Craigslist and trying to pay a young man for a couple of hours a time. He also said, I just like to have a fun time.
He just wanted he just wanted a young boy to come over and watch some movies with him.
Oh yeah, just for a couple of hours of time, we can have a lot of fun together. And the boy who had posted just said that he was looking for a sugar daddy.
Yep. And when he realized his sugar daddy was a state senator, he tried to flee.
The young boy.
Right. So naturally, Phil told him he could not leave, grabbed him in the rear, exposed himself to the young man, and then later gave him an iPad, a BlackBerry cell phone, and $100 cash to keep quiet. Okay, first of all, sorry, buddy, but I don't think he was too excited. If he's trying to run from you, I don't think he wants to look back and see your junk.
Exactly. Also, that's like a horror movie. This 71-year-old guy is like, hey, wait, no, where you going? Come back here. And then he just drops his pants and has
his balls
floppy
hit the
and
floor.
large dick is there. Come on, don't you want some of this, son?
And then he's like, I'm going to spend like $800 trying to keep you quiet.
Yeah.
Like $100 in cash, a BlackBerry cell phone, and an iPad.
I think that because I think if he had just let the kid go, the kid would have gone and
probably.
But then he forced him to stay there, and that's when the kid was like, "Well, fuck it, I'm just gonna use this to my advantage."
Right.
So, So, of course, the conversation now, and so then the kid goes and turns him in, and of course they find evidence of this because the conversation of their Craigslist was all saved on Hinkle's email. Because he's 71, he doesn't know how to delete his goddamn email. Also why he's looking for someone on Craigslist.
He probably didn't know, I feel like he didn't know he could access his email. I feel like, you know how when you get an email, it pops up? So I feel like he only thought he could respond to it, by clicking that. So he had no idea there was, a database of emails.
I wish someone would just send me another email so I can get in there and delete that one, but I don't know how to.
Like you. I don't know what I use to edit these episodes. I just find the old one and open it.
That's exactly right. No, I don't know how to open. I don't know what I use to type these things. I always find an old script and then I just click it and I hit new file or new page, and then I start my new script. Whatever. That doesn't make any sense to you guys, but that's what I do. What the only thing about this that annoyed me was the governor of Indiana, who was Mitch Daniels at the time, called this incident a family tragedy for the Hinkles. Hinkle practically raped this young boy, almost raped this young boy. And he's like, wow, what a tragedy for you and your family that at 71 it comes out that you're a goddamn pervert.
Right. If he hadn't been 71, if he was younger, he probably would have raped him.
Oh, yeah,
because he would have been strong enough to, hold him down.
Exactly. But he's so fucking old. But despite all of this, the senator did not resign. He completed his term and then retired. He was just like, no, I'm not going to resign.
And everybody in Indiana was probably like, that poor family.
Exactly. It's how embarrassing for you that this has come out that you're a sex predator.
Right.
That's awful. So, yeah, so that's for you, Hinkle. He's now retired.
So that's why we shouldn't have been surprised that Indiana voted for a man that said grab her by the pussy.
Oh,
They're
of
fine
course.
with sex
Oh, yeah,
pedophiles
they don't
over
care
there.
about pedophiles. No, of course not. You vote for Trump, you don't care about pedophiles,
No.
and you're not going to
The
change my
churches
mind.
are literally raping children. They're like, but them gays. Better keep them gays
oh,
away.
yeah, watch the gays. But let's make sure we go to Mass. Richard Curtis. He was a state senator from Spokane, Washington, who voted against domestic partnerships for gays and opposed a bill prohibiting discrimination based on sexual orientation. So he's like, you can't be domestic. Like, this is before gay marriage. Can't even be in a domestic partnership. And I'm not going to protect you on being discriminated against.
Right. So, yeah, in 2007, a man by the name of Cody Castagnol told... Oh, I was like, oh my god, that last name. Yet, in 2007, a man by the name of Cody Castagna told police that Curtis offered him $1,000 to have sex with him at a local hotel. Also, the pair purchased 2 gay pornos from their hotel for them to watch in his room.
Which we were talking, like, where is the hotel that's selling the gay pornos? Because I don't know the code word,
Right.
but I would like to know
Is there like a vending machine at like a hotel? You know how you go into the little room that has like the ice maker and like a vending machine? I feel like if you like look at the, like if you turn the vending machine.
If you put in a code like A732, then all of a sudden it moves, the door moves, and there's a whole other set of like stuff that you can get.
You know, I always thought those buttons were sticky from little kids.
No, it's sticky from cum.
That's disgusting.
You move it, and then you've got some whips, you've got some chains, we've got some pornos, we've got some pot.
I feel like it's like the front desk. Like you go to the front desk and they have a box.
You're like, does Janice work here on
Wink.
Thursdays?
Wink,
And
wink.
and then they just like bring out this box of extra stuff that you can buy. I don't know, but I just want to know the hotels that are selling porn, because I don't know. He went and he bought 2 porn. I mean, I know this is before you could get it on your, like, you could rent it in your room, but still, where are they? Was this a thing in the early 2000s?
Maybe it was.
Maybe it was before you could.
It was like Motel 6 or something.
Yeah.
Or what's another cheap one like?
Oh, I don't know. Well, you know what? Here, when I went to my wedding a few weeks ago, we stayed at a Red Roof Inn, which has really like done a turnaround, because I used to have a lot of hookups in the Red Roof Inn. That was the hookup hotel, and they were just like dirty, nasty. And then so when Samantha told me she had booked the Red Roof Inn, I was like, oh, I don't think we should stay there, hon. That's not safe. And then we walked into this place and it was gorgeous. I was like, what the fuck is this? I don't know.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Exactly. I was like, this is a legitimate hotel now.
Well, that's pretty good. Good for them.
Good for you, Red
Maybe
Roof
they
Inn.
made enough money from the people who didn't stay. They paid for a full night and they just showed up and they left. So they just kept
Oh yeah, no, I know. Yeah, you always just bought a room for an hour or two. No, yeah. You know, everyone thought that they were stupid, but they're like, no, now look at us.
Right?
Now
They
we're
were taking
legitimate.
everyone's money. Every time they returned the key, they just rented it out to the next person. Kept cycling it.
That's exactly what it is. You could rent one room like 6 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Rent it one night or 6 times a day. Do it 6 times a day, folks.
So
anyways.
more evidence came forward in pictures of Curtis wearing a red negligee, which is
like a little it's just like a little nightie. It's a little nightie. It's a lace nightie.
okay.
Yeah.
And apparently Curtis had been known to wear women's clothing under his regular clothes.
Which I think is sad, because maybe the man is, trans, or he's a cross-dresser. I don't know. We're not hating on him for that. Here's the thing. Because some of these people, they really are gay, and I would feel bad for them if they weren't out attacking the queer community.
Right.
If this just came out about a regular person, I'd be like, you know what, let them, they need their time to come to terms with themselves.
Right, exactly.
But when you go out and you attack the queer community, and you are part of the queer community, no, my compassion for you is done.
Right, you're a weak person.
Yeah.
I believe that you're a weak person because you're letting society's pressure push you into attacking the people who are your real family.
Well, you're at least a hurtful person. Maybe you're weak, but you're at least a hurtful person. I mean, like, if you, go get some therapy, or just shut up. Find something else. Find another cause to be angry about,
Right.
Invest your time into supporting big oil, but don't go against the community that you are actually part of. That's awful. So anyways, so he was known to wear women's clothing. And then there were pictures of him, of course, like we said,
Yep.
to prove this. So in his letter of resignation, he stated, "Well, I believe we've done some good and helped a lot of people during the time I served in legislature. Events that have recently come to light have hurt a lot of people. I sincerely apologize for any pain my actions may have caused. This has been damaging to my family, and I don't want to subject them to any additional pain that might result from carrying out this matter under the scrutiny that comes with holding public office."
But of course, he's only apologizing for the pain he caused to the straight people.
Oh,
he's not
yeah.
apologizing like, you know what, I fucked up.
Right, the fact that you were,
He didn't apologize to the queer community.
Oh, no. No, he's saying that it's okay for you to discriminate against people based on their sexual orientation. And, oh, well, fuck us, right? But it's really sad that you hurt your family. And it is sad that you hurt your family.
That's
it's also
terrible.
sad that you hurt other people. So, all right. But that is Richard Curtis. And then for our final one, which is a short one, but we just had to throw it in there.
Glenn Murphy Jr. He was once head of the Young Republicans and one of the former leading Republicans of Indiana. Surprise.
Indiana!
Are we surprised?
We're back again. There was actually several people that I found that were part of Indiana, but we only have 2 on this list. But there was at least 4 that were from Indiana.
We need to do like a live stream from Indiana. We should walk down the street and live stream it.
Yeah.
We might need to bring a gun, but...
What live stream just what Indiana looks like?
Like, this is Indiana,
I feel like
everyone.
people have Google. They can see. You can do
You
Google
can't
Street.
really see it, though.
You mean like walk down the streets of
Oh
Gary?
my god, yeah.
No.
Oh my god, we should get a car and turn the lights off and just drive down downtown Gary. It could be like an action movie. There's bullets flying and we're like, floor it, Evan! Just see us flying through the street. That'd be fun.
Okay. And we'll probably be murdered.
Probably.
But okay. No, yeah. Indiana, it's interesting. I'm waiting for it to come out that Mike Pence is gay.
It's gonna happen.
You think so?
It's him and Trump. Did you hear what Stormy Daniels
Trump's
said about...
not gay, huh?
Did you hear what Stormy Daniels said
About his penis?
It looks like fucking Toad.
Yeah. Wait, a toad?
It looks like Toad. Toad from Mario.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it looks like the Mario thing. Yeah, she said it was disgusting and she was just laying there and she was like so over the fact that he was fucking her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good stuff. Stormy Daniels is releasing her memoir. It comes out this month.
I think I might have to buy it.
It was the same way. I'm like, I don't usually read any of that stuff. I haven't read any of the other books, but I actually might read that one.
Just because I feel like it's going to be pretty funny and pretty fucked up and twisted and comical.
I love what she said about it. Where is it? I want to read it on here. I feel like it doesn't go with this, but it can. Why not? Stormy Daniels.
She was like, I was so annoyed that I was laying on my back and getting fucked by this guy who had a dick that looked like the mushroom character from Mario.
Oh god, where is it? Here it is. On Wednesday, she said it was not freakishly small. That's actually kind of nice. Oh no, that's what Colbert said. She said it was not freakishly small. Where is the thing? Now everybody's putting their opinions. I just want to see what she said. It was... God damn it. She said that every time she hears him talk, she would say, I had sex with that. I'd say to myself, eck. Ah, man. Now I can't find any of the good articles because they've all gone under all these other stuff. She said it's smaller than average, but not freakishly small. It had a huge mushroom head, like a toadstool. I lay there annoyed that I was getting fucked by a guy with a yeti pubes and a dick like the mushroom character in Mario Kart. It may have been the least impressive sex I'd ever had, but clearly he didn't share that opinion. So thank you, Stormy. If you've left us nothing else, thank you for that. So anyways, I don't know. We were going about Pence, how Pence is probably gay or something. You can't be that angry about homosexuals and not have some kind of
issue,
stuff.
yeah.
Something pin up.
So, Glenn Murphy Jr. was once head of the Young Republicans and one of the former leading Republicans of Indiana.
Like we said, yep.
Murphy believes in family values and straightforward sexual orientation views.
That's right. Yet, he was caught sucking off another fellow Republican who was sleeping, had no idea that this was going on, and had never consented. So literally, that's creepy.
Yeah,
this is
it's
rapey.
creepy,
Oh, yeah.
first of all, and it's rape.
It's just rape. You're like, he's getting up there talking about how, like, I am super for straight values. You know what I'm saying? Like family values. Also, my buddy Pete over here, he's laying down. I'm just gonna go suck his dick real quick. Just walks over and puts that cock in his mouth.
Yep. So, he was actually later jailed in 2008, and as of March 2010, has been forced to register as a sex offender.
So at least he, at least he went to prison for that, which is good. But yeah, so that's you, Glenn Murphy, sucking off a guy who's just trying to take a nap, and then meanwhile, trying to be one of the young Republicans, the leader in Indiana. Thank you for that. So that's our list for you guys. Of course, we didn't touch on everyone. We know there's not a lot.
There are a ton.
So many.
But we just wanted to touch on a few of
some of the big ones.
Bigger, not as girthy maybe, but some of the bigger
small,
names.
But not freakishly small. No. Some of the bigger names, especially the people like George Rickers, whatever, who, had done so much to harm the gay community, and then fucking hires a fuckboy. Just putting it out there. It's kind of a fun episode. All good stuff. We didn't get in depth with anybody, but that's not what the point of this is.
Just cover a few people.
Just cover some people. Fun. Yeah. So we'll be back next week with a regular episode. Until then, make sure you go to our Patreon and subscribe if you can, or at least follow us on Facebook, Twitter,
YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr. And I think that's it.
We did Twitter, right? Yep. All the social media. Follow us. Go to yourqueerstory.com. Check out our blog. Check out some of our other information, especially our events calendar.
Sign up for our email list to be entered into a chance to win a $25 Amazon gift card.
That's right. And, and your recommended resource for today is Stormy Daniels' memoir.
There you go.
Also, you can check out tginetwork.com if you are, or .org, tginetwork.org if you are in the New England area.
Yeah.
But yeah, check them out and stay queer.
And don't get a lobotomy.
You succulent safest.
And you
hookers, we love you. We love you, our allies, you little hookers. You've got to listen to the last episode to get that one.
Bye.
Bye.